What is going on, YouTube land? I am Chris Catalunya. Before we get into this video, go ahead and check out my Instagram, Chris Catalunya with the underscore at the end. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. And we are hitting it really close to the 8,000 subscriber mark here on this YouTube channel. Thank you for your support. If you're subscribed already, if you're not, you'll definitely will want to, because once we hit 8K, I'm gonna give away some cool prizes like a Supreme Balaclava face mask, Supreme Cat in the Hat tee, and some Bathing Ape items. So definitely subscribe to the channel. So right now, I'm actually rushing out of work, as you can see, because I'm about to head to New Orleans to SneakerPolitics. Now, SneakerPolitics is doing a collaboration with Cafe Du Monde, which is this famous bakery in New Orleans in which they do a lot of coffee, a lot of beignets. I've been there once before. It's pretty good stuff. So if you've ever gone to New Orleans, or if you haven't, you definitely should stop by. This trip is going to be pretty difficult because I actually have to go to San Antonio first, pick up Long, and then we're going to make our way from San Antonio all the way to New Orleans. And looking on Google, it's about a 10-hour drive. We shouldn't be getting there until at least 2 a.m. this morning. So yeah, it sucks because I don't drive to work. I leave my car at home, but my sister actually needs the car this weekend, so I can't take it to go to New Orleans. So I actually have to ride the city bus to get to Megabus all the way back down to San Antonio. Too easily.
I fall in love too easily. I fall in love too easily. I fall in love too easily.
Alright, so now we are in New Orleans. It took a long while to get from Austin all the way back to San Antonio through Houston to New Orleans. And we got here at about 2 a.m. Central Standard Time, and when we got here, there was about 60 people in line, which is kind of crazy, and we're still in that window in which we can get the friends and family pack. So SneakerPolitics, in collaboration with Saucony and Cafe Du Monde, they're actually releasing two different styles of shoe, in which one's a friends and family, it's like white with some colors on it, and then one that is brown with some colors on it. They're releasing 157 of the friends and family, and I think about 400 of the brown ones, so I should be able to cop both of them if I wanted to. Oh my god, it is super humid here. Austin's pretty humid, but this is super humid, especially since the water is over there. We got about 2 more hours until doors open, so I'm gonna go back in line, and yeah.
The year was 1999. The first time we seen you bust it open from behind. And that bra look good. Booty working. The preacher said OMG. Damn, that chick twerking. She went right, left, right. Good time on these bridges, JJ Evans. So if I tell you that a flea can show enough pull a tree, then shut the fuck up, hook it up and listen to me. But beats by Manic, assisted by Freedom. The carpet is alpaca and the seats made of cheetah. 100 in a backpack for all y'all disbelievers. Don't get it, because I know you know that we done. Best up in it, Panamera with the kid. Got 12 bad bridges in the same outfit. Biggie, ripping on these hoes, Giuseppe stepping on these hoes. Hey, lying to these bridges, got elected by these folks.
Alright, now I'm back in my apartment in Austin, Texas. It was a very tiresome trip. It took maybe round trip the duration about 14 to 16 hours, but it was well worth it. It was great to see the people of Louisiana come out and support their local small businesses, SneakerPolitics and Cafe Du Monde. I know a lot of people outside of Louisiana and outside of the South in general aren't too familiar with these institutions, but I'll have you know that these institutions are very vital to carrying on Louisiana's identity. Hell, I'm even more than sure there are a lot of you that are confused as to why this collaboration between SneakerPolitics, Cafe Du Monde, and Saucony was a big deal. Politics has been making waves on the sneaker scene, having exclusive collaborations with Adidas, Reebok, Nike, Jordan, Saucony, and the list keeps going on, dating back to 2006. They have 3 stores in Louisiana, Lafayette, Baton Rouge, and New Orleans, and 1 here in Austin, Texas, with an expansion store to come to Dallas, Texas, hopefully before the end of this year. And obviously, the Austin one is the one that I frequent the most. Moving on to Cafe Du Monde, most are introduced to the concept of beignets when they first visit New Orleans and try this at this particular institution, which has been around since 1862. Beignets are fried dough with powdered sugar on top where they're crispy on the outside and very airy on the inside. They are definitely well worth the experience. This was not how I was introduced to Cafe Du Monde. In fact, living in Texas, there is a big Vietnamese population, so naturally, I have a lot of Vietnamese friends. And when you have lots of Vietnamese friends, that only means that you frequent pho restaurants, perhaps like 3 of the 7 days a week, and that you order a lot of Vietnamese coffee. Now, most Vietnamese restaurants and Asian supermarkets carry on hand Cafe Du Monde, the coffee and chicory can. And most of the time, they are presenting this yellow can proudly on their countertops. Lots of Vietnamese prefer this particular coffee because it's a lot stronger than the European blends, and because of that chicory flavoring, and because of that French colonialism. If you do visit Cafe Du Monde, you will see a lot of Vietnamese people working the tables there. Alright, in hand I have the Saucony Shadow 5000s, and I'll be honest, while working at Academy Sports and Outdoors my entire college career, I've always sold Sauconys, but I've never owned a pair of them. And this grail right here, this is my first pair. There is no doubt in my mind that this is Saucony's most prolific shoe in their entire catalog, in their entire existence. The collaboration between SneakerPolitics and Cafe Du Monde. Lee, the manager at SneakerPolitics here in Austin, Texas, he was the one that put me onto this particular shoe. He even mentioned that he designed this particular collaboration, and that had me like, what? You designed this? To which he played it off humbly. Apparently he's designed a lot of the shoe collaborations for SneakerPolitics, and this one was just another one in the books for him. SneakerPolitics New Orleans being the only store to be releasing this particular shoe, looking at the pictures and whatnot, I definitely had to get down there and grab this shoe. And again, it was so worth the trip. And dare I say it, you're not gonna like it, but this is Sneaker of the Year 2019. Having the execution of the activation, having a live jazz band in play, having coffee and beignets while waiting in line, having merchandise to complement the whole theme, having the whole entire restaurants recreated into the store. It was just a perfect activation, and it was super New Orleans. And yes, all of that plays into the shoe. My intention in bringing along was to grab one of each pair, the brown and the white pair, but that idea went out the window when he saw employees rocking the white ones on the street, just displaying and showing off to everyone. So he decided to buy the white ones, and I can't blame him because we used his car to get to New Orleans. Moving on to the shoe, normally the Saucony Shadow 5000s on the Saucony website retail at a price point of $85 on average. With this collaboration between Cafe Du Monde and SneakerPolitics, this retails at $120 USD. After all the Louisiana tax, you're paying about $137 USD. And yes, that is for both styles of shoe, the Friends and Family in the white and the brown general release. Again, the shoe was only released to SneakerPolitics in New Orleans. This didn't even make it to the SneakerPolitics website or high-level Saucony accounts. Although you still should be able to get merchandise from the drop on the Politics website, like these Stan socks. Concerning resale, looking at StockX, looking at GOAT, pairs are really hard to come by. This Friends and Family, this white pair right here, they only made 157 pairs available to the line, and that is to commemorate the amount of years that Cafe Du Monde has been open for business. Depending on the size that you need, resale on the shoe is hitting between $450 USD and $550 USD. Quite pricey. For a Saucony, that is crazy. I don't think we've ever seen a Saucony hit numbers like this. The general release pair, or the predominantly brown shoe, they were supposed to have about 400 shoes made available, and that is reselling at a price point between $350 USD and $450 USD. Getting to the register, they did provide us with goodie bags. Normally beignets are placed in this bag, and they provided some stickers, some keychains, and a pin. Upon making your payment, you get the SneakerPolitics Cafe Du Monde bag and your shoe right here. That is to resemble that beignet mix box. Your local supermarket might carry the Cafe Du Monde beignet mix. I know my HEB locally does, and that's a regular thing, but this shoebox is supposed to resemble that. So on top we have SneakerPolitics done in that Cafe Du Monde font. We have the Jackson Square location of the Cafe Du Monde store right here, and beignet mix with the beignet and coffee right there. And it's kind of throwing me off, but there's not a lot of Saucony branding on this box except for right here and right here, which is totally fine. It just throws me off a little bit. On the side you have your Politics P and the beignet mix directions right here that is normally seen on that beignet mix box. And then right here you have your signature Cafe Du Monde colors of that green and that white going on. Sizing label right here and pull tab done in the gold finish. In opening the box, you have that yellow parchment paper with the Jackson Square location done in the brown and that Politics P also done in that same brown. Taking a look at that friends and family pair, the upper of the shoe is mainly comprised of a white and a brown color, and this is to resemble that beignet where you have the powdered sugar atop the pastry. Both the lateral and the medial of the shoe look identical, featuring leather panels that are pretty soft to the touch and meshing to enable breathability. The brown paneling is closest to the midsole, wrapping all the way around from the toe box area and going all the way to the heel. Getting a closer look, you can see that white sprinkled powdered look, again playing into the theming of the beignets. On the exterior of the shoe, you only get 3 nods to Saucony. You have this imprint right here which features Hermes' foot, you have this S logo right there, and Saucony stitched in the heel of the shoe and that signature green. Moving to the front of the shoe, enclosed within this toe box area is the vamp that is done in a white nylon fabric. Now above that is the lacing system, and the default set of laces that are provided are of a white color, a flat shape, and a cotton build with green auglets. In the shoebox, they do provide us with 2 sets of additional laces. They provide us with a green white pair and a brown white pair, both that are done in a rope shape, and I believe they both take on a nylon build. Now, out of the 3, I prefer the one that is currently on the shoe, the green and white. Behind those sets of laces is the tongue, which is padded and enclosed with the nylon on the very top, and then on the rear side, cotton. Now, as you get up to the top of the tongue, you'll see a white label going on. Now, both pairs actually feature different labels. The left pair featuring that Cafe Du Monde typeface, established in 1862, done in that green color, and the right pair done in that same color, but you have Politics done in that same Cafe Du Monde typeface. The lining of the shoe is done in a white cotton fabric, which I'm actually not a fan of because it's already getting dirty in the times that I've worn this shoe. I think if they would have done it in green, it would have been a better choice. The insoles of the shoe are hella dope, and I think they're done in a thin leather and placed on a thin piece of white foam. Now the design on it, you'll see some green and white striping going on again, which is signature to Cafe Du Monde. Towards the heel, you'll see that Politics P right here, and then you'll see the Hermes athlete's foot right here. Again, Saucony's older logos. Again, on the rear side, we have that white foam, which is firm, and then this blue panel right here, which is more absorbent and more cushioning. The midsole features some futuristic designs, and it is done in a white EVA foam, which provides cushioning to your foot. Moving on to the outsole of the shoe, it is done on that XT600 material, which is a blown rubber that enables flexibility and is durable to handle harsh conditions. The traction on the shoes attain a triangle design that is trademarked and made famous by Saucony. Sizing, normally I'm rocking a size 8.5 or a 9 US, 8.5 being my true to size. Now again, I've never worn a Saucony shoe before, and of course being at this activation, I couldn't ask to try the shoe on. I did however pull the trigger and went with a size 8.5, and honestly it really does fit true to size. In terms of comfort, these shoes are pretty comfy. I wore these shoes leaving New Orleans, I wore these shoes on Monday to work, I wore these shoes on Tuesday to work. I am pretty happy about this purchase, and at that, I didn't even put in my third-party insole, which I normally do. Now, although these shoes are classified as a running shoe, I probably wouldn't do any running on this shoe. If anything, these are more of a casual shoe. There are lots of other shoes out there that you can run in, and also this is a grill. I don't think you want to run in this shoe. With all of the heat that has come out for the year of 2019 thus far, I really and truly believe that this right here is the sneaker of the year. This Saucony Shadow 5000, it has a story which takes the historic Cafe Du Monde at Jackson Square, pairs it with the legendary shoe store SneakerPolitics, and is something that the whole city of New Orleans can be proud of. The whole Louisiana state can be proud of. This shoe is exquisite. Alright guys, I think we're at a good stopping point for this video. What do you think about this collaborative effort between SneakerPolitics, Saucony, and Cafe Du Monde? With 157 pairs being released for friends and family, what do you think about the shoe, and will you cop the shoe on resale? And also, Would you drive 10 hours to another state, perhaps across the country for a shoe? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Go ahead and check out my Instagram, Chris.Catalunya with the underscore at the end. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. And again, we are hitting it really close to that 8,000 subscribe mark here on this YouTube channel. Thank you for your support. If you're subscribed already, if you're not, you know what to do. Alright guys, I am Chris Catalunya, and we will check you next time. Cheers, sige na!